morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1462nd installment of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar's videos. These educational videos are geared to teach you the art of technical analysis and hopefully keep you in tune and in check with where these markets should be going next. This video, again, the 1462nd of these videos, is coming to you on a Tuesday night for Trading Wednesday, but we're not Trading Wednesday. We'll get to that. April 27th, 2016. April 27th, 1987. My God. It just hit me like a ton of bricks. Look up the date. I remember it well. I was in the ring for it. Oh my God, that was very, very busy. April 27th, 1987. This is, of course, 2016, but when I read April 27th, wow, I got chills down my spine. Boy, was that an exciting time. This video, of course, we have to let you know before we get going that futures trading is extremely risky, causes substantial financial loss, is not suitable for all traders. Tomorrow is a Fed day. The Fed will make an announcement that once again they're not raising rates when they should, and that's probably going to create massive volatility. Know that you've got to have stops in if you're going to trade, and this is not a game for people who don't have money. Be careful out there. What is on the board? That represents a neutral Omni. Why neutral? We'd actually start off bearish. We'd be short tonight and selling into tomorrow morning. But it is a Fed day. Auntie J, as I like to refer to her as, will be coming out tomorrow to make her announcement whether or not they raised or lowered or did nothing to rates. The likelihood is this lady is frozen and is not raising rates when she should, but whatever. Let the Fed do what they do. I'm here to say this. Auntie J, the Head and Shoulders head test, and my OTAPMA, the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average, are all converging on the weekly charts. And wait until I show you what they're converging, how, and what it looks like. Gold, you've heard me say this in countless videos, gold does not act like this for nothing. There is no way gold sticks its head up for just no reason. And the U.S. economy looks really strong and healthy according to whatever numbers get released by the U.S. government. Are they true? Are they not? Are they real? None of it matters. Same thing out of China. It's what they release to us. It is all we have to gauge off of. According to that, the figures are so strong, there is no way the head test would fail. We'd go right through it. There is no way OTAPMA is going to matter. There is no way Auntie J is not going to let the markets go straight up. She's going to do that. That's what we think, right? The economy, the figures that come out tell us no matter what happens tomorrow, Auntie J will make the markets go higher because that's what happens after every single Fed meeting that we've seen recently. But I am here to show you some weekly charts now. This is the thing about tonight's video. It is a weekly chart video. It is a longer term view. I will say that the odds are good that Auntie J and the Fed can get us out of this whole picture and make it take off. But you need to see what's going on with the Head and Shoulders head test. I've been showing you for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. You need to see what's happening with OTAPMA. You know gold looks bullish lately, and it doesn't act like this for nothing. And I want to show you all of those charts, and I'll show them to you in just one moment. Traders, if you like the analysis you are about to see, and if you would like to learn how to read the charts in this fashion, come to livewithoscar.com and click the OmniCamp banner. It's the top right. I don't know what that looks like on a screen. I guess this is the top right. If you click there, watching the video, you should get brought to a site where you can fill out an application. That application would give you a seat at OmniCamp, June 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, held here in Las Vegas at my brand new OmniCamp 2.0 hotel, if all goes well. And I invite you to come out to OmniCamp so I can teach you the art of technical analysis. This is really a 5-day course because you get here on a Thursday and you don't get out of here till Monday. It's intense. Lots of hours of training. I will teach you how to do Oscar's Market Navigational Indicator, the Omni, for yourselves. Fill out your applications. Come to livewithoscar.com. Only a handful of you will be chosen for this OmniCamp. Traders, with no further ado, I think you're going to like this. Let's go look at some charts. Okay, traders, remember this video is not for short-term trading. How do I know that? Because the chart I'm about to show you, I have been showing you for 12 straight weeks. That couldn't be short-term trading, right? Since we were down here, I've been showing you this video, this chart in videos. So, what is this chart? This is the emini S&P weekly bar chart. This is something I like to call a head and shoulders formation. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. You've all seen this in countless videos. But the Oscarism behind the head and shoulders, which you will never find anywhere else unless you train with me, is that after a head and shoulders forms, an Oscarism is I expect something called a head test. The market will rally up and try to get above the middle to the top of the head, shoulder, head, shoulder. It tries to rally up and get above the head, and if it fails, you usually fail miserably. So if you get above the head, the market will jitter around and then take off. But if you fail up here, you get a miserable pull down. So I have been saying this needs to be watched. This is going to happen for 12 weeks. I've been talking about it, and it actually did happen. We got the head test. What will happen now? That's all a big question. Shouldn't Auntie J come to the rescue tomorrow? No matter what she does with rates, her speech should make this thing just explode, right? That would make perfect sense. Why wouldn't it? The market dipped a few days before the Fed meeting. I say we blast right through it according to what you would think looking at just this one chart. But we're going to look at a few more charts here. I am going to show you another chart now. This is the NASDAQ. You have all seen this chart. This was called a chart masterpiece 10 months ago. I have shown this chart to you over the last few years, and what I showed you about this chart was, interestingly enough, every time the NASDAQ market, this is a weekly now, remember this is a long-term trading video, this is not for tomorrow. Every time the NASDAQ would get down to this black average, a new high would get put in. You'd get back to the average, a new high comes in. Back to the average, a new high comes in. Even if you violate the average a little bit, ba-boom, a new high comes in. Violate the average, a new high. This happened for years. Years. This is a weekly chart. It just continued from 2011 on. Hit the average, made a new high, hit the average, made a new high, and it just continued. Boom, came down here. Ran up, made a new high, but look at how it went through the average. Came back down massively through the average, ran up, and what didn't it do this time? It did not make a new high, not the same result. And it has started to head back down, and it's here right now. The NASDAQ's not looking so pretty. This exact same chart that finally got below the average and did not make a new high, I'm going to show you this exact same chart. Different version, but no difference. I'm only going to pull off a few words. I'll pull off all of this stuff and show you the same chart slightly blown up. This is that exact same chart. Do you realize it already had a shoulder, head, shoulder, and a head test? That is the same chart. When you look at these things closely, you start to see things. The NASDAQ on the weekly already had the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, came up for a head test, and look where it is now. Isn't that interesting? So the S&P showed us that, hey, there's a head test coming. The NASDAQ ran up and took it. I never really wanted to show you this chart. I've been holding back for a long time because I've got enough people yelling at me because of the S&P one. So I don't want to keep harping about a weekly head and shoulders till it finally starts to happen. The NASDAQ has one, and the head test, if you ask me at this moment, this picture, that's not good even slightly. We'll see where it goes. It is a weekly. It takes weeks to develop. But there is a left shoulder, head, right shoulder with a head test, and it is not running through the head right now. The exact same chart now with OTAPMA, the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. This is what I'm saying. Auntie J speaks tomorrow. You've got OTAPMA right here, and the head and shoulders, they are all converging together. Not the only chart, by the way. So, 3 times you're about to hit the Omni average. You hit it here, you rallied up, you hit it again here, you came back up, and you are about to hit it right. You know, if we go down just a teeny bit, you hit the average again tomorrow. So 3 taps, 2 definite, 1 possible tap on my OTAPMA, if you will. And let me show you this very same chart. Once again, we're going to stay with the NASDAQ. Now I'm going to take this chart and show you how long it's been since we've been under OTAPMA. This is present day, right now. This is my OTAPMA, and since 2009, we have not been under OTAPMA. Since 2009. We tried, never got under, tried, I mean baby time, baby steps, but that was it, and exploded. Then you pulled this head and shoulders. This is the exact same chart, traders. I've taken nothing off of it. I've only blown it up. The multi-year average has not been violated yet, but as opposed to what it looks like here, now you've got smack down to the average, a rally up, smack through the average, a rally up, and heading right back for the average again. All of that, head and shoulders, the average, the head test, and Auntie J all happening at once. Very interesting times for us. Remember, this is a weekly, but this is interesting. I had to show you these NASDAQ charts. They very much coincide with the S&P head test. Then you've got the Dow Jones Transportation Average. What do you see? Left shoulder head, right shoulder, rally up, but forget about a head test. You're not even past the right shoulder. That's a tired market compared to the NASDAQ and S&P. That would make sense because the NASDAQ and S&P are futures and these are present trades. These are happening right now, 3-day settlements. S&P, NASDAQ, 3-month settlements. They're futures. They're out there a little bit. Maybe this one's telling. Then you've got the Russell traders. The same thing on the Russell. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, head test, but you're not even past the right shoulder. Forget the head. These things are weak compared to the S&P and NASDAQ, which also have the head and shoulders. Then add OTAPMA to the head and shoulders on the Russell, and you are below it for quite some time now. See the convergence? It's all coming together. What does it mean? I don't know. In all honesty, I am bullish in my heart. The economy looks fantastic. Stuff like this tells me I better continue to warn you about this until the day we get away from it, and then I don't have to warn you anymore. But I am a professional analyst, and I keep my eye on the ball. I never take my eye off of it. So that's what I've been seeing. This is long-term, traders. It is not for tomorrow. You could have gangbuster rally tomorrow. That still wouldn't put you up here. German DAX. What do you see here? The German DAX head test area. Can't seem to get above OTAPMA yet. Maybe Auntie J tomorrow gets it going. But you've got the shoulder, head test. You are not above the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. That's not the most beautiful looking chart. Again, short-term trading. The Fed speaks tomorrow. You may get a blast off. This is for longer term. Let's see where it's going to go. Gold. Gold does not do this for nothing. Look at the size of the bull flag. This is a weekly. This does not happen for no reason. Gold has been going down for I cannot tell you how long. Ever since the big rally petered out at 2000 and it started to come off, gold has been going down, but this is opposite of that at the moment. This is a longer-term movement. That's a bull flag, and then there's this. Gold, the bull flag, failure last time. Look where you are now. Bull flag is building above the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average, or better known as OTAPMA. Interesting, right? Again, this is not for trading tomorrow. We are not trading on a Fed day because we do not trade on Fed days. That is one of our rules. So this is something to just keep in mind. Let's see what's going to happen over time. Okay, traders, so you've seen those charts. Remember, this is not for trading on Wednesday when the Fed comes out to speak. When Auntie J comes out and does a little magic dance, it's not for that. This is something I just need to continue to show you until we either get away from this or it actually takes place. Now, here's what I expect. Almost every Fed meeting lately has made a blast-off take place, and we are in earnings season, if you will. That has made the markets blast off. There's no reason why any of the stuff I just showed you should work out on the daily charts for tomorrow. These are longer-term view charts. I hope Auntie J once again comes out, speaks, and the market just goes to the stratosphere, and the next thing you know, we're at 2,250 the S&P, and all that crap I'm showing you is meaningless. However, it's not meaningless. It's absolute analysis. It is what we see. The only thing that we never know about analysis, because it's a fine art and not a science, is will the formation that we're tracking down at this point in time work out? The thing that makes analysis work so well is that if you do recognize good formations, they might work out 5 times out of 6. And you've got a beautiful formation. The 6th time, maybe it didn't work, but imagine you can count on something 5 out of 6 times. Now, something like a head and shoulders, a bull flag, a bear flag, the really popular formations, if you ask me, will work this many times, sometimes in a row. So the only way to get the odds in your favor is to go with the formations that generally work out and believe each and every one will work out, and deal with the ones that don't when they don't. That's why I continue to show you these formations, because they're big, they're on weeklies. If they do work out, they'll catch everyone else by surprise except for us Omniacs, because we've been keeping our eye on the ball the entire time. That's what I wanted to tell you. Don't run out and try to sell anything. Maybe Auntie J can make this blast off, but keep this longer term view in mind until we get away from these prices. All right, traders, livewithoscar.com. Join me in my free trading room. Come to livewithoscar.com and join me in Vegas at OmniCamp if you want to be one of the special Omniacs to leave here and know how to gauge the markets in Omni fashion. All right, traders, remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to keep yourselves at bay and keep your emotions at bay is to say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, livewithoscar.com. I'll see you there. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.